I was talking to a woman once. She was standing for reconciliation of her marriage, and it was brutal. It had been a couple years. He left her with little children. She believed her marriage to be valid, and she was grieving. The cross was getting so heavy. She got to this point of, to heck with it. I'm going to call my old boyfriend and invite him to stay the night. Somehow that was communicated to me by her, and we talked. And what I said to her was, I feel your pain. And I know that you just want to do that and spend that evening to take away some of the pain, to feel love, to not feel rejected, to just put the cross down for a moment. Now, above and beyond any of that, she knew it was a sin, and I knew it was a sin, but that wasn't my time to mention that necessarily. But what I did say to her was, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to consider not the moment, that the temporary moment that this pain is going away and the physical pleasure you may feel. I want you to think about the moment after. I want you to think about the day after. I want you to think about how dirty you'll feel, the shower you'll have to take, your sin against God, how you'll feel like, what the heck did I do? Why didn't I? Because we all know that Satan lies to us, and he tries to say, do this, do that, do this. This will make you feel better. You don't need them. And they're all lies. They are lies. So one of the things that I do is just that. I try to help people think about the day after. When I was studying for my qualifying exams for the PhD, you had to go to school for, I think we were in school for 2 years, and then you have to study I studied for 6 months to take my qualifying exams. And this is where you study everything about every course you took in those 2 years. And then you had to get tested on all of those courses you took in the past 2 years in writing. And then you'll have to defend it orally. And I wanted to vomit. So you enter into a computer room on Thursday at 8 a.m. and all you do is write and write and write. You're only allowed to go in with a dictionary and a Bible, actually. And that, they give you a question to write all morning on Thursday. Then you take a lunch break. Then you have another question to answer, or 2 questions all afternoon on Thursday. And then you had a brain dump as best as you can. And then you had to study Thursday night and do the same thing again on Friday. And I wanted to get sick, because even if I was able to write everything that I could remember, you don't know what the questions are. And then I'd have to defend it orally as well. I was never good with that kind of testing. I was good with, give me a test, or, give me a class and I'll take the test right after. But when it started to really get to me, the Lord told me what I just told you. He said, Christine, think about Friday at 5:01 p.m. Good or bad, pass or fail, because I wouldn't know at that point. This pain would be done. The test would be done. And so I took my focus off of those 2 days and just kept saying Friday at 5:01, Friday at 5:01, Friday at 5:01. And you know what? Friday at 5:01 eventually came, and I just started sobbing. Actually, a couple of the people in the room did. The pressure was so great. Oh my gosh, I can't believe we got it out. And I didn't have to worry about defending it until, 2 weeks later. But I gave myself a day where I was like, that's it. Not worrying about it. I'm going to go just enjoy life for a day. When we have problems in life, Satan wants us to look at that problem. He wants us to focus on that problem, and he wants us to keep our eyes on our mess. Because if you keep your eyes on your mess, you cannot put your eyes on the cross. And we all know the analogy of Peter in the boat, right? If he kept his eyes on Jesus, he was on the water. When he let go, he started to sink. It's in the Bible. It's everywhere in the faith. When you are going through difficulties, please don't look at them. They will debilitate you, because they're coming from Satan, the god of fear, the god of destruction, the god of failure. So I want to train you to do what the Bible says, to do what I did, to do what will help us. Because when it says keep your eyes on the cross, okay, what's that mean? Sometimes you can just sit there and physically focus. I close my eyes and I'll see a cross in my eyes, like this neon cross. And sometimes I'll just see Jesus, but it's so bright. I'm like, as long as I'm staring at that cross, I can't see my problem. But then I open my eyes. I'm like, oh. Okay. So one of the better ways to do it is to remember that the Bible also says, right? Don't look at your mess, look at the cross, says, whatever is good, whatever is pure, whatever is holy, whatever is true, focus on these things. Focus on these things. And then I realized when I was taking my exam, I'm going to focus on God who brought me here. And if I pass or fail, he knows where I'm going. And I told this young lady, focus on Jesus. What is good? Good is the kids that you got. What is pure? Your heart. What is holy? The Eucharist. She went to Mass. She was an adorer. And she later said to me, boy, Christian, you can be direct, because I made her picture everything. I made her picture anyway. But she ultimately called him and said, don't come over. Because she no longer focused on her problem, her mess. She focused on the cross, the hope, the joy, the purity, the love that got her through. I'm sure she had more moments afterwards, as do you, as do I. But if you can use this strategy to think about the moment after, just like when I was giving birth, I was like, I don't want to deliver. I didn't mind being pregnant. My pregnancies were great, but I was like, oh no, I have to go through labor and delivery. Back when I did it, I didn't get any epidural. It was the real thing. So I don't want to go through that, but I had to. And with my first pregnancy, I was like, no, here comes another contraction. And I'd focus on the problem. With my second child, I said, one less contraction. I'm going to focus on 501. I'm going to focus on the moment after she comes out. Fix your mind on the things that will bring you the greatest joy. Fix your mind on the things of Christ whenever you're struggling with anything, whether it's a family member, a cancer, whether it's bills, whether it's the lack of family at Christmas. You can look at the mess, or you can fix your eyes on what is good, pure, holy, true. And then you will find peace. And that is the greatest gift of all. I hope this helps. Let me know. And if you need help, I'm always here for you. Find me at Christine@breakfastwithbacon.com. And please go ahead and share these videos. Maybe they can help someone else. But until then, Dr. Christine Bacon, you've been watching Informational Bacon Bit. And please never forget to live your life sunny side up.